Hey everyone, and welcome back to part 3 of my C# tutorial. Now I'm basically going to demonstrate how loops work, how to define objects, and simple program application logic. First of all, I'm just going to show you how to comment your code. So it'll help you if you're doing something complex or you don't want some code anymore, basically. To do a single line comment, it simply consists of typing / and then you comment text. You can also do multi-line comments. This is done with // comment line, another comment line, and just another comment line there. And then to end the multi-line comment, you simply put //. Okay, so it's /*/. That's easy enough. That's all we need to say about comments, basically. So we'll get on with the tutorial. Right, everything in an application is based on logic. It's normally Boolean logic, so if something's equal to something, do something, otherwise do something else. When it comes to loops, Boolean logic is extremely important, as most of the loops will loop based on a specific expression. There's two main types of loop, being the while loop and for loop. There's also a for each loop, but that's for iterating through objects or arrays, so we're not going to cover that just yet. A while loop will constantly execute code it contains whilst a specific expression evaluates the true. So based on that knowledge, using a while loop, which is simply typing while, open bracket, and then your expression here. So what we'll do is we'll create a never-ending loop. Obviously you'll probably never want to do this in your code, unless you're going to break out of it, which I'll explain how to do later. So to create a never-ending loop, this expression in the brackets has to evaluate to true. So never-ending, true. Okay, true always evaluates to true, obviously. And then you open your brackets to demonstrate a code block, close your brackets, and put your code in here, whatever you want to do. Okay, so this code in here, whatever it is, will evaluate to will continue looping all of the time. Okay, that's it. We don't want to do this just yet, but I'll leave the code there with a multi-line comment. We can come back to that later, and I'll show you how to break out of loops. The next type of loop is a for loop. It takes three expressions. The first expression is what's run before the loop starts. The second is an expression that must evaluate to true, like a while loop, in order to continue. And the third is what runs after each iteration of the loop. The most common use for a for loop is to run code a set amount of times. So I'll just demonstrate now how to run some certain code 5 times. Basically, for loop is just for. Now the code which is ran before the loop, what we'll do is we'll create an integer here that's set to 0. Okay, so this is creating an object. You've got your type, your name, and then your equals and value, just like up here with the foreground color, apart from you creating your own variable. Okay, the next is what must evaluate to true. So we're doing it 5 times, so we need to check that I is less than 5. The final one is incrementing the number each time the loop's ran. So you can see here we've created our integer here, starts at 0, we're checking that it's less than 5, and each time the loop runs it's incrementing. So to demonstrate this, we'll just put code here, and we'll simply put console.writeLine as seen above, and then here we'll put in our integer. So what this will do is it will evaluate console.writeLine I 5 times, which should output 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what we need to do, just to make sure that the console doesn't disappear, we'll move our read line down here, we'll stick it right at the bottom, so we can put all code above here so we see our output. Okay, so if we just hit F5, start debugging, there you go, you see it's written 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's still in our background color and foreground color, which we'll remove soon, but not important right now. Okay then, what I'm going to show you now is, we've already defined an object here, but I'm going to show you how to define multiple objects and different types. Basically, when you're defining an object, it's simply type, name, well, that's it to define an object without a value, without a default value. To define it with a default value, it's type name equals the value. So what we'll do now is we'll just define a boolean here that's set to true, so we'll put boolean I am true equals true. Okay, we'll also do a string, string first name. Okay, we'll set this to blank string, or we can just leave it like that. Okay, Also, I'm going to show you how to declare multiple variables at once. So all you need to do is simply type name and then a comma and second name. Okay, and you can go on and on and on with whatever names. So name, name, name. Okay, we'll just define first name and last name, and we'll use them in part 3.2. 3.2 is going to be a mini tutorial on how to take console input. 3.1 will be understanding of strings like concatenation, adding two strings together and stuff. Right, there's only really if-else statements left to do now. It's the same, it's Boolean logic, okay? So an if statement, it says if, we'll check if I am true, okay, equals true, okay? When you're doing equals true, if you're checking if something's equal to true, you don't actually need equals true. You can just have this. Okay, you can just have if I am true. I'll show you the operators as well. You have equals, which is equal to. Equal to. This is not equal to. This is less than, as you can see above. This is more than, obviously. This is greater than or equal to, and obviously less than or equal to. Yeah, I don't need to type that. Okay, less than or equal to. So we're checking now basically if I am true is true, and what we'll do is we will write yes, it's true. Okay. Now what else I'm going to show you now is simply an else. So if this is true, it does this. Otherwise, else, it does this. Console.writeLine. No, it's not true. Sad face, because it's obviously a terrible thing. Right, so what we'll do now is we'll simply run the application, hit F5, and there you go. Yes, it's true, because we defined it as true. Okay, as we know. So now what we're going to do is we're going to change this to false, just to demonstrate the else statement, because it's not true. So let's save that, hit F5. There we go again. No, it's not true. Okay, easy enough. Very simple stuff. That's it. That's about all for this tutorial. It's very simple, very basic stuff. I'm going to show you soon in part 3.3 how to break out of a while loop. Okay, so next tutorial will be 3.1, understanding strings more. 3.2 will be console input, and 3.3 will be breaking out of a loop. Okay, thank you for watching again. Any comments, queries, as usual, just comment on the video or send me a message. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.